Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Akka on guitar.
Yo, Amanda Shea, Mamu Ajo, Emamu Aquava, Edinburgh, Nokware, Jimmy so I abono sia, ya wada no sia, de win say Nokware Jimmy, and no and I yede air so. And Jimmy, Omo, Omaso ya say, yede Ebremu, a total grace wellness center. Almost say, Wapumodin Assembia, Janine, it's what almost say, a honam any, say a home, see arena, with Jane Atwa, Omona, Oma. Abwa fefe. Jimedie ubetimi ashayin on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channels. So Today Ghana News TV. Mama no ne so monsa ebetimi akan e o motor satellite ne so today Ghana News TV ana mo podcast no so na o ba no so kai hu say dwumede ye na wa na ye enti o messages no so over send ama ye na ya kenkan fefefe enwumre omo aye ne omo eba bechichi enkomo yenya bema Emmanuel Asa or NDC communication team member Breman constituency enti yenya bema Emmanuel Asa pacha o ho ana waje enchia no so echiechia adofo so ama ye ma wakwa aba
Mini aba medawase meda mo nyina se nanwumre Yakopon aye adom no ama ya hoden wa ma nkwa na ye ba be hia na ye ba ebe church ya adwene kakra wo nia eko Ghana demo bibia kwa na medase so bibia so wenya abotre na oba be hwe nwumre na watie de ye ba be pansem ye ba be pensem na ya mo bibia ehu dia eko ewo ye my Ghana so na me wo Bremen I wo Germany me wo
Bremen. Oh, sorry.
enye Bremen
Sorry. Me who oh.
enye
Me. I
fi
seen your Bremen no. Oh, Bremen. Oh, Germany. Only Bremen, Mr. Mo.
enye fi me wo Bremen wo Germany.
Okay.
Yes.
Na NDC mo catching so then so we mo some election dodo na ewini ebi nso a elusu di so mukonya den important na so mama nyukuni
Nyame adom se te se de onim no election de eden a ebi be di kan na ebi di akire but onuado nti no ye nyina ya eden ye do ye ho ene ye ekọ what I say ye nyina yesu so ye mu enye individual eyi na ye adwene ho but o my Ghana na ye adwene ho nti no obi bia wedi edimu bia no ya ye wa akire no ye boa ye de ahode ye nyansa bibia eboa se nyina ebekọ animu nti ne ye nyina na ewi ni ye obi en lose what you say but chapter election and so ebekọ no on the 3rd of December e wo Hanover nti no and so the same thing ye ekọ enya de obi be wi ni na enya de obi a be lose ya nyina obi a contest bia na ye winner obi a one contest bia ye winner because at the end of the day se Ghana ho to na ye nyina ye ho atoye se Ghana ho to na ye ho ntoye what I say nti no obi a obedi kan wo election mu bia no ye nyina ye be support no as nipa baako ni aye de ya support no kopem Mmre a Ghana ho beto no eno nti ne ye kosa nti obi ani wo be lose and then you obi ani wo so be wini ye nyina ye be wini abom ye nyina ye be lose abom lose put ye nyina ye be wini abom.
Okay. Yo, yapse beda senior bema Emmanuel Ata. Na nyo ojine mu akasa ama NPP ama nyoko yenua bema Michael MacArthur enti ono so ajoin yen Michael Ata yama kwaba
Major so enanwumre number
na den
nyame adom ya famu de eniema ekoso kama na de tie ne se wo hwe ensem a etwagu ewo ye memu a ebi wo honom a otia ya na ema abambuo kakraba ba de tie ne se bema de ye wo a ye okun na wogina no enti no NPP as a government we are facing certain challenges which is admitted but yen throw your hands in despair we are putting things together said ye be betimi restore Ghana economy no back to its normal levels. Inti no yeguso ye boy homodin Nana Akufo-Addo ne vice His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and all the appointees are almost various ministries no any other agencies. No, they are working. Things will turn around. We are very, very hopeful. Senema ebesisa. Ama Ghana so etimi afa into mapa efra. Is answered the no. It is not only limited to Ghana. All over the world. Hardships and difficulties are ekoso. Baby albefe biano. Ebi de ekoso. Eti mini abajifa. Niema mo ayedin. Ye nyina ye ditum. Na emom ye bekonko den asan ama niema atoto ye sanse yenim ko enti ye de gina eye twena no ye hwese ye betoto niema ama niema enso etimi asisa enti na nwumre ma memfa kwanya we so na menchia Germany NPP mpanimfo Dr. Yamoa the chairperson of NPP Germany branch. I feel so the vice Mr. Benson or non so and then you may check and confirm Nana being Dr. Nana being and so Michiano and then you may pa I feel so me ankasa me chairman the communications director Nana Boating and I feel so Kojo Opon Duku any all the communication team members and then you may check and fama OPPR. I've so me chapter 4 penny for Mr. Kento, Dr. Kadi, FBI, Obibia Nenumres, what Japanese say or Babiti and their programming so no, and Chiakasi enko and Fama Obibia. Timini Ediva, and Edia Yaba, dear a war a pronosono, Yababe Bobo, who near she say, I drink chere, any I drink to a becoso, na Yashama, your mind chicheren so. Etimi akonenim. Intimi mami name Emmanuel Arthur. And then the first time I met you, me man akwaba kesiye pa baby a owobi anso mechiano. Afin so mechia Mr. Seth ono so the producer of this show. Me dasi bebre miniaba.
And we child of we dear na yebetwa so yebeko akwakofa for cats when yeba and the Jimedino eba betwa so and then the battle of the authors into movie and bia ye kwaba sesia
for Professor Mo Ochini, Mmakwaba eba Total Grace Wellness Center. Total Grace Wellness Center apomudin aswe kese bia abefu mfidia kese ahyemu ma onyankopon adumti yabe piem ewo asantemam ha biaya ye frɛ no Santase Ampatia Amangwase Santase Ampatia Amangwase sɛ ye hunhum ana sɛ honemu yare bi enani wudi asi a wachine wunya no adura Brian Chen na onyankopon adumti ubenya wayaresa odofo frɛ ahomatrofo yi so 0257 420633 and I say 0257 359884 Total Grace Wellness Center, body, soul and spirit wellness.
Body, soul and spirit wellness. I answer the topic as usual. The newspaper no, the Evening Tribune. The Evening Tribune no. But now your headlines are your for this week. For so ample just or church more before I need to who on Jinanche or stay of my campaign just on panel on the campaign I say and I say on pese or kwani do who then who ever for no the campaign or baby CCA and see kwani do who there we a warning from for sample for say on Jinanche. Ken Oforiatta won't be available to read the 2023 budget. Alfred Ogbami, interesting. Oforiatta won't me Mbambe Kenkain. 2023 budget. It was say ultimately Ebe Kenkain na yehu bibia yede yesika semono airto. And Ashimo is the new Greater Accra chairman. Omoko election recently, just Saturday, winner. And also, and Assisia ye say Greater Accra chairman. Enti obetimi ato newspaper ni bina working kind other stories are a woman na your headlines so now with me akomo details ye no ato nchan de na ye ho akwakofa ye topic e wo ho ema enwumre na ye first topic na ye share and Tuesday and on the Tiger IPI production a premiere new expose on the batches on which much leading the Galamsey economy and no and in some be a PRC no Yera Charles Edubuahin our Minister of State in charge of finance ne ho akwakoke masesiano ye chenche mu aban eyi no atonchen ama asem no ye de akwakoma special prosecutor eno na ye discuss sesi ye hye nsem a ekoso ewo expose ni mu na nsem a efri mu abasesi a ebi mo se expose na enye expose papa ebi mo so se we dey expose papa pa nti eno ena sese no ye ba be hye na ya twetwe ho enkomo nti minu abema makata we dey akwakoye monipe ye de wo ena e ba be hyase pacho mema wakwa babim
mini abaji family so ebio enenwumre
na NPP for mujina any same power semimu was I say I didn't cry I divided if you must say attack on the image of the vice president and he patrol same pana assembly etie
yo me da si bebre the attorney said this particular issue no I am not talking from the standpoint of the party. I am talking from the standpoint me said the nearby de esitie. Into Masama Mekano, and yet my dream and I made effort this particular development. Now, I would want to look at it from two different angles. One, the angular mepese medican share Jumedia anas AD as an investigative journalist. Nijuma Odieno. Is it helping in fighting corruption? Anna. That is the first question I would want us to interrogate. Now, say a fan from that angle. One, at least, there are certain things also in our society. These are the things happening within certain sectors of our society. So on that score, no, make us say, then you may be a chere or mindful. The method may be questionable, which I agree, say, method or didi jumano. I think it is not the best method. But that notwithstanding, say irrespective of the method or use, say any the best method, no. It still points us to certain rots be a coso in our society. Because I have listened to the whole situation. I have not had the opportunity to watch the video, but conversation also both in the media and I've been monitoring. Now, the first question I would want to ask and say, oh yeah, a government appointee, you are established in a particular office, and now oti a particular office. A hona would do you man. And to know say if investors want to come and invest in your country based on the Juma Awoya, I believe that the first point of call should be at your office, because you are not going to request for the help of the investors. They rather need help, so they are coming to you for help. Until they should come to you in the comfort of your office. Until the moment that obe allow ama yakajo to a particular place, a year unknown to you, a year alien to wejuma woyeno, you have compromised your position as a leader. So
don't you think, sir, he went with the mindset, this is a big investor, as usual, a big man politics, I have to go and see him since he is the bigger person here, since he is the one bringing in the investment, me was say me
the moment ubenya sa adwene no, me ma adwene mu no, you have lost it in the first place, because whatever investment it is, no, they are rather looking to invest. And one say me investors ediaba. They rather came, say there is an opportunity in Ghana. We want to buy into what is happening in Ghana. We want to invest in the economy of Ghana. In the first point of call, said the Americano, subsequent meetings and everything, it could happen elsewhere. But the first point of call should be in the comfort of your office. Say, sorry, I think you should be blaming yourself for taking such a move. And that is where mepe se Ghana mpanimfo ebehwe no mahunu say, yes, as a country we need investment, but ekwanya yefa so are inviting investors into our economy, no, we should be very, very, very careful. We should be very, very careful. So on that score, no, me feel say the man went there with a notion in my mind, ne enye the best. And there is something happening in Ghana. Irrespective of which political divide you belong to. And Ghana penny and now Ghana ni, let me say it in this way. Ghana ni ebedi jumamo bia. The first thing I all consider what he will benefit in whatever deal that is happening. And it is becoming an integral aspect of our lives as a people. We are working for the nation. That patriotism, and it is dissipating. All we think about what will benefit us. In that regard, Mekase, Otu and Amobisano, I believe, say the first point he considered was, this is a big investment. If I go in and I'm able to secure such an investment into Ghana, I am also going to benefit from it in this way or that way. That is why Ebema were to Anamoa Ede etisa. This is a lesson we all would have to learn. Say, ekwanya yefa so chichiri o mind, ekwanya yefa so edi ejuma as a people, it is really, really going the wrong direction. As yansheni ya, ebedru brebino.
Me question is, why him? I didn't know. Almost share. Why did they single out Charles Ebubuahi? Is it say no? Omwenya hint to be say this is what he does. Intina omutimi picking it out, and I say they just picked randomly and he fell for it.
The whole thing is that I may not be able to predict or preempt why they chose him, but I believe who share story now we monitor what has been happening. So now we read the statement front page. honum say even the finance minister himself was also tempted, but he did not fall for that trick. What you say? He didn't. So, as I'm saying, the integrity of the person involved is a very big question. I was here ebusa. Honum nebema maba the other aspect I make, but before I come to that, let me focus on this one because me pese ene Ghana for TSC. Dear SC no, yes, edubuahe, and ebia ni diaba betoga. But that is what is happening in almost all the offices, in almost all the sectors and it is not limited to this man alone. It is not limited to him. Things are getting out of hand. Corruption, corrupt mindset, building up as a people, no. It is derailing the development as a mind. As a young share, na yan two sadie we asia. A bedroom brebini yen chirima yebano. Things are going to get out of hand. What you say? Intinis hoye Ghana ni ne when we say ebia chance dubu ahindie na ba. I'm telling you, there are millions of people in Ghana. Senke ebi omudi eba betoja. Nke yinyire ebe hunu say sebe entuma ekata adieso. So, and this is the attitude we are building up as a people. Ebi enemi nuye ebeba betna ho eye NPP ni enwasem na aba. He would want to lambast and say MPP for ETC and ETC. But the point is that this is not an issue of an MPP or an NDC person. It is an issue of the Ghanaian. The attitude we are developing as a people. No, it is really, really serious and very, very bad. Because say we obia, ujuma wudien, udi integrity ne dia. Onfa sa anamon anakwa we so anybody ujuma. Because the first thing is that one, Juma wusi ukwakodien, you are not doing it for yourself. You are doing it on behalf of the country. And you know, your mindset should be helping the country to get investors, not to go there and begin to say things.
And the point he was talking about his own real estate business and other stuff like that. I felt say if the deal was even legit, that should be conflict of interest at that side.
Exactly. You are right on point. You are right on point. What you say, you are right on point. And this is why me feel say as a people, when things like this come out, we should condemn the attitude of the people involved. What you say, we should condemn it. And for me, I know say investigation is ongoing. And I don't want to preempt, but I would want to commend the president and the people in higher authority. Say this issue bar out, investigation. I think that is the right thing to do, because this
it makes the president uncorrupt, and I say it makes the president's fight against corruption a legitimate one.
You can say that, but I think there is more that needs to be done. There is more that needs to be done. Yes, taking this step, obetimiaka say, in a way, fighting against corruption, the president in bibi. But I believe strongly say, in terms of fighting corruption, we need to do more than we are doing now as a people. Not maybe as a government, but as a people, we should do more in terms of fighting corruption from all angles. ABI Becca say, man penny the head, so he should show leadership. What he has done is showing leadership. He is doing that, but apart from Suswa, what are we doing in our individual corners? And also so bet me aboa ama yesi sa niema we say susu ano. Intimini abajifa. This is an attitude of the Ghanaian. It is not limited to a Dubuan. As I said, I know, sir, it is happening across all sectors in Ghana. And the earlier we did something about this, the better for all of us as a nation. So that aspect, no mamenfa and war. Now, remember, the method anas a use. For me, I have said it and I will say it again. It is the worst method I think any journalist worth his salt should be resorting to. And on that score, no, I think he is using this for his business, not helping the country to fight corruption. I'm sorry. Not helping the country to fight corruption. That is not what he intends to do. It is his business that he is building. He is building his empire. And he feels, he said, using this method, no, because the Ghanaian is already corrupting their mind, it is easy to bait them with this kind of method and lure them into, talk of things they know nothing about.
Don't you think the end justifies the means?
I may want you to explain what you mean by the end justifies the means.
I'm saying that because in the end, we are still getting people who are corrupt out of government. So the means shouldn't really count. And
the means should count. You see, say corruption is going on, but you don't push people into doing certain things which anka they would not have done that. What you say? You push them, you bait them.
You are not, because there are instances amount for what they've rejected the deal, they've rejected the money.
That is why I said, I even said, sir, per the story available, Honorable Ken Oforiatta rejected
it. The same as the cases of the referees and then the judges. Exactly. Same thing happened. Some of them did reject. Exactly. I think if corruption is not in your nature, and that's
my dear sister, I am telling you this.
Something within you to reject it.
Me say, believe you me, if this method is taken to even our churches, about 99% of the people who call themselves, men of God, they will fall for it. They will fall for it. It is likely. You see, the way they go about it, it is very difficult to tell what would happen the next moment. And a lot of people will fall for it. So my thing is this. It is an attitude. It is something that is going on. So why don't you investigate in a way where the person is carrying out the activity all by himself and you end up capturing such a moment? But you, in a way, use certain ways to invite people to certain areas. You give them offers. And most cases, say a gift. But in the video out, it will not feature in the video as a gift. So I would want to put this forward. Say, I didn't think as almost feel said your money credible. The raw videos no Emma out. the unedited versions of all these exposés, no, farmer out. Many about differ.
Oh, I this particular one, they made mention of that money being for cola, for as in if you go to a cheese palace, you're offered cola. In Tiemano, that money as his cola money and then money for shopping. So it was very clear.
Intino say, if you tell me you are giving me this for cola, you are giving me this, for whatever shopping. How do you then turn around to come and tell me, say, this is an act of corruption? Per what you are saying, because you are giving me something as a gift. What you are saying, you are giving me something as a gift. And say, if indeed they made mention of the fact, say, this is for your shopping and all of that, then I would not want to believe, say, the man did something wrong, which meant that he wanted to be corrupt in this instance, because it was a gift that was given to him. And in most cases, when you obisia mudin komo in that sense, I believe, say, many people who accept the gift. Many people who accept
even that aside, how they should prepare towards meeting the vice president. He made mention, say, oh, they can bring $200,000 as appearance fee, and then he has a lot of siblings, so they can ask him if he has anyone to lead the project, because the vice president has a lot of siblings he could place to lead the project. And I feel in all these things, so it gives us an idea that this is what happens in government. And see, project or be the project and investments we buy. You put your own people there to supervise it or to lead the investment or to lead the project. And maybe you also take a share in form of appearance fee. That's the idea it's giving me now.
Miniaba, you may be right. You may be right. Because on say, yeah, government system, yeah, operating now, no, yeah, winner takes all system, and yeah, practicing. Into say, NDC for ne wa bemwa in every sector, no, they would want to feel party people in those areas. And same happens under NPP. I wouldn't want to sit here and say NPP there. It doesn't happen. It happens because when we need something, we call on party leaders. We call on people in government for help. And Abia, Memfani Seminia Ima, enemy bibi now in NPP government. I will be considered ahead of him because I am a party person. And what you are saying, you may be right. But since we don't have any evidence to that effect, I don't want us to take it as the gospel truth. But what I say, I don't want us to take it as the gospel truth because just an idea that you are putting out. But what I'm saying is, say this method ena yedi ebeti corruption ewo Ghana dia, then minuaba, I would want to put it out, say it is the worst form of method. And me feel say the first thing is that Anas Nankasa himself should be investigated because it has also come out, say a lot of things have been done. On Nokware Babontin Ebekanye, so why this kind of video about parliament? Why be about other group of people? All these things are not out. And what we hear, omwa edibie di omono ababontin ababekase. After why video na wienu or confront omo, put offers down. If you are able to pay, then that aspect is cut off. So when to me and to Yadia, then they will come and show it. So it is also a means of building up his empire. It's like he's using this means as a business, which I think should be investigated. He should be investigated because we cannot allow this to go on. Not only use this method to put people a beer and integrity intact. You pursue them, you push them into accepting gifts, and you come out to say they are corrupt. I believe that is not the way to go. If we want to fight corruption, this is not how we should go about it. There are many ways people who are corrupt in the system, rather than using these dubious ways or they say among foodini. What I say, you are just putting people off their feet. You sweep them off their feet, and you let them commit in a way. Now, afi udi ababe to abontin say a corruption. I think this should be called off. It should be condemned. The method that Abrantiani used to know, it is not the best, and it is not going to help us as a country because it is putting Ghana's name out there in the bad light. If you say, Manunsi, just
okay.
Dear me person me can edit chat when he say, Muniaba, dear air cosusi, you know, anas edi we ababe to hono. Me when he said it was directed towards someone. Said you initially would the but the point is that nipa and integrity intact there. You cannot smear him with this kind of irresponsible journalistic adventure. Untimi emphasize the way and say ni papa pedi. Inti anas, as I said, should be investigated as well. Medasi.
Yo, me so me da say me nya be mama kata. Ye be call ye nya be ma imano atan so ho na. Ya je ono so aje che. Ye ma kwa ba.
William ba. Yes. Ose.
And they are the battle of the artists in
Sure.
Now, NDC for I say me say just say mudi who we see pa.
No, di who we see because adia unim dada no. Esia you are not amused. What I say. Adia unim se besino. Esia you take it as normal because this is what has been happening all along. We have a president that is a clearing agent. Them call for he has a way of clearing them. What I say, but then it's quite unfortunate. He said this one.
Don't you think say clearing no? Just say what do mu ehu say ni pay for so be any hunting or clearing.
Nine. Ni subai. What I say? Yeah. When me can't say me say sisi and yet the omo ye and a problem. You say apotro. And I say, Fantifo can say a tree. You understand? A frog. Owu nsuasia wu chire owu wi na be hu ne tenten. The omo yesisi ano. Ye hu the kind of corruption o ma ye o Ghana. I always pray sisi a me da ho a eya na me su say 2024 say Mahama ba the nyomo baba be to corruption o ba be to ho no. Ghana for a yembe share because the omoye no ano thing. What I say? And no na ya me mobo bebre. But said they na make come before no. Your president ne call for he has a way of clearing them. But we no na only means be obey or the be clear. Until the only thing pressure na akosura ma so dey or ka say o yi ni keke. What I say, internet so he had no option. Yes, I didn't go, Yanche or say investigation now say and yet. But yen na be kaya, akufo do baso or my yen na where say obey you su announce procedure no or they are fighting corruption. Mini ajifa me kai pass or kaisa akufo do kasa same way. And I won't kai. Ye be beside me near Makata says on Kai said.
Obey is Anna's principle. No, don't you think, say, he just meant he's going to use investigative journalism?
He said he was going to use Anna's principle. That was his word. I'm not changing it.
Okay.
He said he was going to use Anna's principle. But here is the case. Our brother is trying to defend the say Anna's principle. With him, the reason why. You say, Abwa, yenche na nisunko. Yechiwa usunko. Tama na enye womunipano. They were singing differently. But ebeye womunipano, they are singing differently. That is how it is. What you say. Now, I'm trying to say uche video now, and also uche video now. This video was not done today. It was done in 2018. What you say? And Anas Yobia, young fan say Anas ne boss ne Kokubako. Kokubako is the president's best friend. In the Anas ye video way 2018 or Bema Kokubako. Kokubako share Obama president no asutri and as woman the become president in Pumanache. In the advance was share way 2018. There were 2022. So be na enkonyi ni dada. So be na enkonyi ni dada. Or chema ye be yi chre Ghana fo nyina no ansa no oyi. What is he trying to tell us? So person fighting corruption. What is he trying to tell us? What I say? What shall they know of almost 4 years ago?
I think that's just an assumption. You see, what if the president also just got hold of it recently?
Let me tell you one thing. Not what if. That is what I'm telling you. Say, Anas ye video we are or the Kwekubako emaneshe. There's no way Kwekubako be share video with 2018, and he will keep it to himself to 2022 and San will be year chair president. And for all we know, Anas ye video bia or the president Womuche and Sana wababe yama public. So at what point Enoyima president, Emma president share and president kept to himself till today and Sana obesaki edubuahi. What is he trying to tell us? What you say? They are embedded with it. NPP, this kind of NPP way nearby, they only came to steal whatever Ghana has. To say they make one more the extent of damage. No one free swa and you be the extent of damage by Oma Kosama Ghana for. But the enemy yani said as Ghanaians, NPP for was to buy me. A chiwoma they cry as Ghanaians. And Chiwomo they cry as politicians. Yansha womo political womo ministers parliament. They came out said they don't want him, but they can't stand. Satan ni entua womo sika bia yesi edema womo. Womo ba out womo be kan womo ko hu president the following week yetuas kan they womo back out. Say womo ye nipa they want to fight for Ghana. We will all stand as a people for us to take Kenoforiata and Edubuayin out, for us to have our peace of mind so that the country can move forward. But they are not willing. They are not willing. The president has failed big time. There's no two ways about that. And he doesn't want to accept his responsibilities over failing. When it comes to one thing with NPP, they said they are not ready to take responsibility for their actions. They always want to shift blames. You understand? They always want to shift blames, and that is their problem. And Nipabiana, when you're ready, say, "Ube take up responsibility. I've made a mistake. Let me be responsible for what I've done, so that they can correct." But they are not ready. They always want to shift blames to people, so that at the end of the day, Yabeka say, and that is not how it's supposed to be. That is not how it's supposed to be. NPP as a people, as a political party, are supposed to accept responsibility for their actions, for the things they are doing to Ghana. Like we are saying, corruption has embedded into this economy. It's too much. And now see in the video 2018, said President in Zimbabwe to all of us, we know said the president was away, but he never took action. Or came by out and sana obeyi edubuahin. What was he trying? What is he trying to tell us? Say all this why he never knew about it. He knew it, but he never took action about it. And Oka said, Adentina womu invite no mane koye. Womu invite no mane ba Dubai and Sana. Or invite well, yes. If you want to talk about integrity, Obeka Chenipa say Mmre. But because say you knew what you were going for and you knew what was in your mind, say this is what I want to take advantage of it. I want to take advantage of Ghanaian economy. What I say to gain what I want to gain. To say they're not workers or say or housing which housing or and yes Sagrama and Danya Mahama see and to say they want to sell it because they want to make money out of it and buy it and share it among themselves. What I say, they were all there trying to make money out of Ghana and keep it to themselves, nothing more, nothing less. They are not there to help Ghanaians. NPP and Akufo-Addo did not come to help Ghanaians. All they came to come and steal the money from us, all that we've worked our hard-earned money for it. They want to take it away and share it among themselves. And the president himself is included. All his ministers are doing it, and they can't take away. They can't stay away out of it because at the end of the day, the leadership cannot talk. And Jifa Mpacho be so asem. You can't be there and say the head is everything. So which nipatia bibia nipano onye nipabio meboa. Intino say president no or take action enka yem fan says enka womo ase no will they be doing it? It's just because the president does not take action and he himself is doing it. So at the end of the day, there's nothing he can say about it. So who ya me papa? Na so who we are there na me ko we are there. What mean can? You only defend me, and that is what he has been doing ever since. He has been defending anybody, everybody, all those that are in his party who are doing something corrupt. Obeka Cho said, "Yeah, the call Supreme Court." At the end of the day, yeah, the call special prosecutor. What would he do? Whatever investigation they will do, they will report it back to the president. He gives his final thought about it. And where does it end? Where does it end for all of us? It ends nowhere, because at the end of the day, the final authority is with him. The final authority is with him. Let's take it for example. The whole Ghana is calling for the head of Kenuforiata and Edubuahin. Did he take action? He never took action. Even his own ministers did the same thing. Did he take action? He didn't take action. Because why? Onye ready. He's not willing. He doesn't have the capacity to do that. Even if he has the capacity, because he doesn't want to do it. Because he stands to benefit more than all of us.
No, at least he gave reasons why he hasn't reshuffled them or sacked them.
What reasons? What reasons? Listen, under this leadership, Ghana has dropped to the lowest. Under this leadership, Ghana has dropped to the lowest. And for a man to say,
well, Ghana has dropped to the lowest, but I mean, the whole world is facing challenges under the same government. So we should also consider that.
Please, let's stop about talking about the whole world is facing problem. Before COVID, sorry, before Russia, before Akufo-Addo came to power, we were better than all those countries. Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Chad, Burkina Faso. How come they are not complaining? Are we the only people that was hit by COVID? Are we the only people that is that Russia is affecting us? Why are we saying the whole world? Why is Togo not complaining? Why is Ivory Coast not complaining? Why is only Ghana that is complaining? Let all those countries complain. Then at the end of the day, we say it's the whole world. But why is only Ghana complaining? Like Baumia himself said, when the fundamentals are weak, you'll be exposed. It's not our doing, it's not our saying. You see, they said all those things thinking that They were blaming Mahama for all those things. But then at the end of the day, it comes back to hate they themselves. At the end of the day, all these things have come back to hate them, and they do not have answers to them. They thought they were, listen, so be ya the papa. That's all your wife say, because of politics in Tino, it comes back to you. And the better woman, they have no answers to them. And it's quite unfortunate. What I say, so be ya the papa appreciating. They never appreciated Mahama for anything. But on all those things that they said, they criticized Mahama for it. It comes back to them and they can't answer them. And at the end of the day, who has been exposed? Who has really been exposed? They lied, said all sorts of things against Mahama. The man never talked because but and they are running away and they are just looking for excuses one way or the other. You understand? At the end of the day, they don't have that. What pains me is they don't have integrity that they talk about. Because with your integrity, you wouldn't be doing what you are doing. When you accept responsibility for your mistakes that you've done, you take responsibility for them and you stand aside. That is all. It's not to tell them. Let they themselves look deep down within themselves. Let them preach whatever they've preached. Let them stand for whatever they've preached. Because all those things that they said against Muhammad that was not true, all those things have come back to hate them, and they do not have one answer to any of them. And they are draining our economy down, and they are destroying the economy for us. You understand? It's not our fault. It's they themselves, their fault. They should accept responsibility, because when Muhammad was not doing it, they accused him for it. Now they are doing it, and they don't want to take responsibility. They want to share it among everybody. That is not how it's supposed to be done. It's their fault. That is why we are in where we are. And it's their fault. That is why we are going where we are going. When you listen to even their own statesmen, I listened to Dr. Nyaho Tamaklu. He said the same thing. Kwame Mpianim, all of them are saying the same thing. You understand? It's not for we. Say NDC can't one because NDC because we are opposition. But even their own statesmen are saying it. It's just because they refuse to accept truth. NPP refuse to accept truth. And they don't have people to tell them the truth. They do whatever they want and they want to go scot-free with it. And it's quite unfortunate. I don't want to take this thing to a level that we are supposed to take, because it's quite unfortunate. What they call court to cry now, because you're penning for now, or do almost see court. They are politically biased. So tell my brother that it's quite unfortunate. Let them accept responsibility instead of trying to share. So Obia corrupt, and you Obia corrupt, and you Obia corrupt. Remember, I say, Andrew Womo 10 there, Womus Obia corrupt. Time Andrew Womo 10, they were calling Mahama the corrupt president, and then who is corrupt? And then Womo say everybody is corrupt. Time they do Mahama time, they were saying that Mahama was corrupt. But and then do one more time, they are not ready to accept, say they are corrupt, but they are trying to share it among everybody. Don't let them share it. They should take responsibility for their actions. Thank you.
Yo, that's saying you bema imano asa. And the yemfa messages kakra adofo every Sunday. Nah, I also greeting from Bremen, Germany. Okay. Koyokad, you see good evening, watching you from Amsterdam, Holland. Bring Paul Boys here or say watching you from WhatsApp, Holland. I'm sure the NPP guy will say his name Arthur is more proper than the NDC Arthur. The same NPP IMF is not the same as NDC IMF. Now, you must say the NPP has nothing to offer Ghanaians. Please let's all vote for the NDC party to save our motherland, Ghana. Okay. Tom Lutako also watching you. Good evening, watching you live from Holy Village in Belfield. I don't get that, please. I think the spelling. Okay. Chance also. Kuntinana or say vice president's name has also been mentioned twice in corrupt deals. He featured on Nyantechi's video also. Watching from Poland. I think Nyantechi's video rather featured the president, if I'm right. Yantwaso. Now I said this is not the time to try another person with tasted salt and pepper. The only man to save Ghana now is John Dramani Mahama and the NDC party. Okay. Nanata Freemore say, greetings from Tatali, Northern Ghana. Your program is live on Sakina Information Center. Please shout out to our listeners from Sakina Information Center. We connect through YouTube. Yo, and yeah, Sakina Information Center for you now. Shout out to Sepa Monkaso na Muntie and a massive Sita Laskaya Abdul Khalik or say NPP is not corrupt, simply Sita. Okay. Or say Superior also watching you from Barcelona, Spain. Ghanaians are really suffering under this Akufo-Addo insensitive government. Let's vote for NDC to save Ghana from sinking. Okay. Or say Superior, or say Mr. NPP man is the same and that's principle Akufo-Addo promised Ghanaians to. Okay. RMG Riri or say how can you defend criminal? Okay. RMG Riri must say animal kingdom, no laws work in the country. How come investors come and jobs will be jobs with all these corrupt politicians? Tom Lutako or say the NPP man actually does not know what is in his party. If he listened well, the president uses his siblings to collect money on his behalf. Iduba said it. Secondly, greed is in the DNA of the NPP. After all the monies he made with Ghana government bonds, he still takes shopping money from strangers. Shame on the NPP. Okay. Hill Single Ahobi or say greetings, my lovely people. Okay. Kwekuadi or say NDC man. This is I think this is a cheap program. The English is too much. Okay, that's the yebet so na ya fire second topic na yeah personal yeah back can kind messages bebe h and na yeah second topic no na yeah no say o me aye dream chese ukoto ade ne bobo ne mawa na ato ni because it's not easy. And you say, because price have doubled, some have tripled. Fuel prices, say, transportation has increased. Even salt. I don't know how salt moved from 1 cedi to 2 cedis, 50 pesos. And you say, wait, and I say, Kwane be kunenim ebe ba na chi prices na ebe ba na chi ana ebe stabilize ana se kwana ebe kunenim sa ekunenim so ekopemi ena na sesi a ye ba bedi hu enkom nti enua be Michael MacArthur culture or na we semi ano amai minim say the Emmanuel Arthur so eka ye no o bebre na eka fa ho nti wo de ete eno efri ho na yen hye yen second topic no so prep mema akwa baby
me da si bebre say said you wesi akano no sa pepepe ena etie na say minua Arthur why simplistic analysis and it's very strange. We shall analogy be a all year say President Adamfo any kwaku baako enti anas nso eye kwaku baako bo enti say anas ye video a choko de kwakire kwaku baako enti kwaku baako nso de bekwa kwakire president enti president ahu video we 2018 menua Arthur me pa cho bebre. This is quite below the belt. So obey this kind of analogy. I think say it doesn't work that way. And how sure are you? Say even Kwakuba Akonokrana Wakano is aware of what went on. How sure are you? Not to even think of say president and all of this. I think it's below belt. Minia, the president who video no as you are claiming. Maybe in 2018 that would have been dealt with long time. What you say? And the question even is, why is it say the thing was shot in February 2018? Why now? Why is he showing it now? Question. Why didn't he show it then? But he is now showing it. Why now? What you say? So that question has to be answered. And NDC for Omaji Jinemuno, I think they would have answers to that. So bet me about the question and Eddie Amamia. I will be very happy. And you see, some of the testers can say NPP corrupt and blah blah blah. You see, the whole thing is that corruption, as President Kufuor said, it's dated back in the days of Adam. Okay, and corruption it's everywhere, but systems and you put in place and they fight corruption. And Minua Arthur can never tell me, say, this government hasn't put together institutions and now systems that they fight corruption. It may not be enough. It may not have yielded the results at ABIEP. But in terms of working towards fighting corruption, this government is done more than any government in the Fourth Republic. And nobody can argue out this issue. Minua Arthur can never disprove this. NPP government under Nanado led has done a lot in terms of putting together systems and institutions together. Yeah, they be fighting corruption. I would want to point out, say, so we share the special prosecutor, a agency I was setting up. It has a very good intention. Yeah, they be fighting corruption. Yes, Obibetimiya Dinawaka say we are not seeing the results as it's expected, which I may agree. But the point is that is something being done by this government to fight corruption? And the answer is yes. Until some moment now, I say, and NPP for we are not doing anything about corruption. Corruption is in our DNA and all of that. Prove it. Prove it with evidence. Prove it with evidence. Okay, you cannot use this single case and use it to bastardize every individual. When we were talking, we made mention, say, Ken Oforiatta was also confronted. He rejected the offer. Why are they not talking about that? Is Ken Oforiatta not an NPP person? So the point is that not everybody is corrupt. Said the Minua Arthur, but the point is that On a large scale, it is happening across the length and breadth of our country. And or say na MPP there, we want to share the blame. Nobody is sharing any blame. It is an attitude we are building up as a people, and me as an individual having this opportunity, I would want to speak to the conscience of Ghanaians. Me pese me ne Ghana for kasa. Ni nyina ye ti ase se eye attitude a ye building up wayen oman chichire no. And that is what we should be talking about. And only idea was say dey ye kan. Enti me ne agifa de tie ne say ade na asie no, it is not the best. Enunti na president etu ho anamon wachena sensen investigation enkoso. Let us get to the bottom of it. But I would also want to say the method Anas use no amount for say and President Ekufuado say obey use Anas principle. Yes, he said that. But the point is that put a question to him at the time Anna Oka Anas principle no, where all this information about the modus operandi no, was it out there? President Mills lauded this gentleman because at the time videos no ever out. People were not aware of how he carries out his work or he carried out his work. What I say, and it is out there in the public domain. And I believe say woman President Ekufuado the opportunity say we make ho enka say obey use announce principle with the information available how he goes about doing his work. He will tell you this principle is bogus. It is not something that anybody should be thinking of using. So if he is given the opportunity and now, I believe he will say something different from what he said then, because at the time we were not aware of his modus operandi. And now kwanya no faso ye de eye na adwuma. Enti na NDC for ntiasie say the announced principle the president talked about at the time, it came out in a way na identify certain corrupt acts na ye de ekoso. And everybody thought, say, as a journalist, he was using the journalistic but this method that we use there, every journalist unima or ye correct. Ebeka say this is not journalism. It is not journalism. And you journalism it is rather business and an attempt to sort of soil or put people's integrity under siege. Intimini abajifa sa omoka se president ka so be use to announce principle and nay fre President Ekufuado na with the information available to him about ekwan announce pass di ni djuma no so be kan kire say sa principle no be use to e fight corruption. He would never say that. He would never say that. What I say, because and that is not the best way to fight corruption. And I believe, say, the president will never say so be used to this principle. Intino NDC for NTS from that angle. Medasi Bebre, you were asking the question, say, and the economic hardship ye firm as a people no ebeye ye. And I say NPP government ne betimi a year free mo and I say betimi assign idea get to the limelight. Many abajifa yenhwe ni say wo pe aban bia obetimi ayi Ghana free or hawa ene ye koso mu a, the only government, the only party NPP. Why am I saying this? Let's look at Ghana, ye situation from a year 1992. Ye shall say ye democratic dispensation. Ye rua the fourth republic. Before President Kofo Ebabefa Ghana, At the time, inflation was around 45% to 50% thereabout. President Kufuor befa Omaino, the country was almost grounded. Na yenishi ewo Omaino. So what he did was to take Ghana to HIPC. We went to HIPC, and for NMA could do that level, a NDC government, and they could do that level. President Kufuor at the time, Obabe Frabem 2008, na ye free HIPC mu, ye free HIPC mu, na yababe do middle income country. That is how far President Kufuor brought Ghana. We exited IMF, we exited HIPC. And what government did that? It was NPP government under President Kufuor. Look at policies of President Kufuor de Baye. He introduced a lot of policies that benefited the Ghanaian populace. What you say? Fast forward. President Mills ebefa abaino in 2008. 2009, let me put it that way. In fact, it's 7th January 2009. And I was share na memoase. And I did it more till 2011 thereabout. Nyame eto nisa de efreno. President Mills did a bit better because under him we recorded inflation near a single digit under President Mills. He did well. And no NDC person talks about the achievements of President Mills. No NDC person. And they can't achievement of President Mills. President Mills, every one the vice His Excellency, the former President John Dramani Mahama, and Ebefa Amemuono. At the time of Obabefa Amemuono, na inflation was around 9% then. Before all free abemu in 2016, obedi President Mills diane kakra esan onu ankasa befa Amemuono edi suono. Mini abajifa at the time I all exited. Na Ghana, we were growing at 3.5%. And now inflation was around 15%. What you say? Dumso our dear Komu. Then a lot of corruption occurred so then. Jida, Sada, and all of these corruption deals they occur so on one kasa ne appointees, bad branding, any ma basa Ghana for the sumu 4.5 years. It has never happened in the history of Ghana. Say, under a particular government, Obi, ya appointee Obi, amanaba be yejuma for 3 years. 3 years. This president came back, or the appointment letters, idea ma teacher for any all other sectors, ejuma for, or the appointment letters. A catch room say, Obi, you are 3 months. Someone has worked for 3 years, untianeka, also be tianeka 3 months. It happened under the tutelage and answer the leadership of His Excellency, the former President John Dramani Mahama. It is under his leadership, and you put to freeze on employment. It was not happening. It was not happening. Look at the situation I come. Now said the onwa kasaka and said Ghana for a refuse. So and people have forgotten about what happened between 2012 and 2016 under His Excellency, the former President John Dramani Mahama. And then people have forgotten about all of this. Many abadifa. If you care to know, and yes, we all admit. Say but all government policies are roll out no, it's still ongoing. You put to a halt to any of them. Free SHS is ongoing. Planting for food and jobs, koso. 1D, 1F, koso. Look at investment about we are here, and the railway sector. Koshi Jumedia koso in Pakadan. Go and see what is happening. Road networks are here building across the country. It is still ongoing. What you say? All the things are a buama or manchitre, a conkaino. It is happening. Yen put a stop to any of them. Do a new government business is still ongoing. Intino se upe aban bia and that's womb. So bet me a year free. A yes, I'll have more. It is the NPP government because we have done it. Yeba between 2016 and 2018, now we were under IMF program. In a matter of 2 years, we weaned ourselves off IMF. Had it not been COVID, any Ukraine-Russia war, maybe Ghana, we would be smiling by now. And many say, and I will go Togo for soon. Who told you? Who told you? Say Togo for soon. Who told you? Say other countries are not suffering. What evidence do you have to that effect? What I say, I don't think Seminiano were reading the World Bank reporter about out in September. He's not read it. And he does not know what is happening across the globe. If you care to know, next year, beginning from January, Germany has gas, electricity, 100% increment. 100% increment. What you say? And when these things are increased, it will affect all other businesses. And that is what is happening across the globe. And only NDC for now COVID, they don't want to admit, say COVID. More time, there was nothing like that. Yet we lived under a friend is a dumso for 4 years. And nay, hardship when you know Ghana electricity it's so. What I say, during those days, businesses collapsed. And then we are putting up factories. As I speak, the area Juma newly built, over 120 newly built factories are Juma. I am pro in Nipa. What I say, and you know, the whole thing is that when you want to trust the government to take us out of the hardship, it is not an NDC government, because the evidence is clear. When Kufuor left us in the middle country, your friend is saying economy, no, NDC4 took us back. What I say, they took us back. NPP by between 2016 2019, we left a year IMF, and the economy was growing around 7.5% then. What you say? Oshe improvement and a year record within that space of time, that shortest possible time now. Senya COVID the buyer expenditure be on my buying year unexpected expenditure, and no ama a year in terms of yesikasem akrepo and yema. And by now we will be somewhere thinking of a Ghana that is compared to maybe the elite countries in the world. In Tinominia Jifa, the whole thing is that NPP government is the only answer when it comes to say ye Ghana a free a year or how are you womu CCA. Can asema and also so a border on the attitude of the Ghanaian. Miniaba, you were asking questions, say, why is it that prices of commodity are double? And you see, this is where I think the Ghanaian should be brought to question. And I say, what's the Busa Ghana ni ensem? What's the Busa Ghana ni ensem? It's say Ghanaian people are taking advantage of the current economic situation ede enrichi omo. You were asking, say, and then Chinekra a move from 1 CD to 2 CD 50 pesos or something. I didn't hear. Because a ne I the abba. In Ghana near Kota dear 2 CDs. And now what they did 10 CDs. Up and fast boom. But Ghanaians should be careful because a jadia would dear sabi a dear wochere ebre afofrono. In Srenim. What is happening? Uko jamua. Yesi entos niho, yesi body niho, yesi banchi niho. A Greek ministry take the initiative say, "Ombekom krasia kwa kofa ediane dia bank line." Look at mad Russia ekoso ema ene uko jomua omo tete eniema so. Why were they doing this? Eniane no wo because when you go to the villages, it is there. A foodstuffs no ewo.
And to that, it's na agric ministry no and shed the entire eduane no entimi free class no emba crokesim. Now omu and solve that issue instead of going there to bring the food themselves and having people to queue to come and buy.
Meaning about the whole thing is that eduane eba yenina yeti Ghana no. We see these trucks bringing foodstuffs from the villages. Muntimin kanchire me say da say trucks yi kofa enuane ni free enkrase ne de ba ekrokesiem. Omo kofa enuane ne ye de eba. But abro ene ye binu a omo feel say ene ahochira banti na omo take undue advantage of the situation. At the prices
market women no ebi mu church mu a sesi ano trucks no omo charges no omo charge the dan. Sesi ano also adobo because of fuel prices na ade. So instead ministry no ebe ko akwa nduani aban. Why don't they work with these truck drivers and I said these market women to find a solution? How sustainable is that?
You see, any private person or per se or any business or making profit or per se or any business a kind or no befast will be any profit, and that is what he cares about. What you say? Ain't you know, for the government to collaborate with these people, no, I don't think it is the way to go. What I think with this piloting omoya yield positive effect, no, there was a man abine say going forward, no, bia in the bigger cities, no, almost setting up a marketing center where the government will bring foodstuffs. And I believe, say, when you see, baby, monopoly will be most of the times, yana, in terms of prices of goods and services, no, cost. But se kobase abine dear wo ye turn for fofo we a private person now the boss one. I believe say obienu no obeba so obabeto. So for me, this system abine introduce no, I think say a pilot, and I believe it's working. Intimidation.
And you think it's sustainable?
Why not? Why not? It is going to be.
Personally, I feel it's a very lazy approach to the whole situation.
It is not. This is a pilot, okay? You're going to say it is working at this point. So what you need to do is that you put systems in place. And agric ministry. Name you set up marketing centers where these food stuffs will be there on regular basis. What you say? On regular basis. So even if it is setting up bigger shops, what you say? These foodstuffs, keep mama.
Right now, people have to leave their offices, their workplaces, and go and queue.
And I'm saying, this is a pilot, my dear sister. Everything I will share, it has teething problems. Let us get this straight. This is a pilot thing. It's something that they are piloting. Okay, and this issues you are talking about, if you want to go the whole length to make sure say, oh yes, I idea now, you will put systems in place that cutting out fitting problems but this is a pilot, and I'm saying say a yielding positive result. Into Abino should seek to build up on this piloting a year and I believe say Sebanisa competitiveness beba. Ama market women business people are omode a boss because they want to make undue profit but for the best of our country, I believe say the restructuring of our economy is what is needed now, where prices of goods and services will in a large way be determined by central government. Now, say because of say individuals ankasa and the water to ammonia suntino, ebanisa the obia pen or the edge. But that can work out when we restructure our economy. What you say? And Miniam, this is a good idea. Ministry ni diaba. Omuntnas no munshishe ni ye. Omuntnas no munshishe ni ye. Se base bigger shops to crown ombesisi edis foodstuffs yaba. They should, spread it across the country. Na embwa emma ye duanisem ene ye jediesem no entimi yede enkoye. But to sum it up, no NDC person can convince me say NDC nebetimi ababe Ghana free and ne. So almost you nebetimi my yenhweso di omaye pen. They should give us what they have done previously. And nuntinu Ghana nebetimi enya didaso ewo NDC we say NDC nebetimi a year free a year or how aye komu. Yen ya ye bi pen. For President Kufo be ye free, he pick mu. That was an NPP government. Introduce policies impact on the lives of Ghanaians. President Akufo-Addo ba obey ye free IMF mu. The policies are impact on the Ghanaian life. What you say? Yes. And then we are in a difficult situation because of the pandemic cause. It has never happened in the history of the world. Say, for close to 3 months, plane to, ship to, all businesses were grounded. It has never happened. And people just want to say nothing. MPP for we are in it. We are putting things together. Meaning, President Akufo-Addo ending a pound for they are working. They are not sleeping. Things will turn around. And even Sisi Amino can say, "In Sunsansono Asha Sieba." Until before 2024, I hear NDC for any that's one idea. And Niema Ebesisa Amagan and so ya find my prefer. Many of the family that's
Yo, Miss Medase, Mina Bema Macasa. Yo, Korea Bema Emmanuel Arthur, so Hona, Yenje or so her agentry. Yama Kababi.
But you're so very abadifa. It's kind of fortunate. Say, Minia Bema non pese obeti the air corner because, like I said from the beginning, Nipa Biano, we inform so no one you inform so and tuma. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't want to correct it because at the end of the day, on person on because one fault. Tizia say a America, say a America, ye lies. What I say, but you see, and yeah, actually we are starting from minus. And Sunday about zero, and some kind of Saya Benin. MPP for a Nipa Bia, they know how to talk. But to put it in action, another problem. Like they said, they are doing planting for food and jobs. But then they are the very people say you share statistics and Nyoma ye importing asset now. Sika ye importing Nyoma nipa ye planting for food and job. Now Nyoma ye importing Sisian. a 3-4 times what we were importing before under John Mohammed's time. Into the Nipa, Wankasasi would be now you import practically everything. We import tomatoes, toothpick, even common toilet roll. You imported everything. And then what are you trying to tell us as Ghanaians? What are you trying to tell us as Ghanaians? Obeba bejina akasa blah 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 blah. But then obey. Untimi nyehwe, womo nyehwe. Ghana, yewo baby a yewo just because say akot eya no makasa no say them can before no. Obeka asem. But ahoma so okon a obeka different. But obiana catch say when the fundamentals are weak, you'll be exposed. And when they are exposed, they are only putting it on COVID Ukraine. COVID Ukraine and to Ghana and Kwan, and to Globiaso. Every country is experiencing whatever is experiencing. But because our fundamentals are weak, at the end of the day, there's no money in the system. And as Kadin also, woman Council of State Elders member. Tax saying or invade the free port, but then at the end of the day, she's still a Council of State member. Just because he is part of the government, until at the end of the day, the baby anywhere a baby, a buying back on one set. A buying way a buyer, why not units, one basso or Beboa Ghana for what I say, or Basse or Beria every Ghana. No, why they no more they are building warm empire. Just a few group of people trying to take away whatever belongs to the whole country. But what is unfortunate is that my friends in NPP are refusing to see it because they have a very small view of what is happening. Even though they are in NPP, but they are not seeing what is happening in NPP. Just a few group of NPP people trying to enjoy what belongs to the whole Ghanaians. And at the end of the day, they are doing it, and the whole NPP is backing them for them to do it. So at the end of the day, all of us are suffering. They think it's only NDC people are not who are suffering, but it's not only NDC who are suffering. At the end of the day, all Ghanaians are suffering, and all Ghanaians are going to suffer. Because why? The policies of the government is not working. The policies of the government is not working. It's not only by public speech, but actions. You say, Infantile Kasa, we say, Ahwenzipawe and Kasa. Meboa. Whatever, I did be a papa biano on ye but one bay de pa nipo ye de biano sono kwa tontra bofoma ye de bebre. They will make all the noises, but then when it comes to action, so at the end of the day, if it doesn't put food on my table, it doesn't put money on my pocket. That's a mean to me and share me to say the SM show or one. Then why? The last time about news, Joy News, NPP for chairman for more other constituents, Mmre fee. One more year no cry saka or more free because almost say a buying a deceive they can't put food on their own table. Emma one more year no pamu more free. It's any NDC for neka. Everybody knows we are suffering, not because say a NDC for nae. A warm policies are 1 year and they adwem pa woman ni magana entini ya honchele. They should better accept say they are not capable of managing this country and they are not willing and they can't. Into woman to me nye and woman ya wamajune so wombesua and your woman kwan enim nyansa. Minia makata say yenka say NDC yent means and Ghana and free or how. Or person say nyansa wo NPP for nkwatrim. Into woman nyansa no wono any adwen no wono mbetimi di age Ghana no any woman. Send yes and woman di nyansa di anke ni baby e de bekwa kodu. Womo wo nyansa any adwen a woman betimi di ebu Ghana mpo ne wo sei. What you say? Na say woman di nyansa di anke ni baby e de woman di bekwa kodu. What you say? ya na mo bobi bre say wo nyere Ghana Mmre ni kronim say Mmre wo kronim a enka Akufo-Addo crowd he's not supposed to be in power by now. What you say? Yeah, share example of UK. Prime Minister Baswa or mismanagement in Nyoma. Onakasa taking up responsibility. She had to resign because of her integrity. Now integrity ni NPP form because the omo an air time. What can cry now? What one can cry ya na air thing. Because the omo no of my biam amambo biam Baswa why the omo ye. Womu the air co omu the air form, but they still want to prove say they are doing something better, whereby they are not doing anything better. Ubisa say Ghana my ebekoso just because you are we have hope. Yes, we hope son, na son. Ghana my ebekoso, but not under this leadership and not under these policies that they are doing that will save Ghana. What you say? Ghana, your youth are very innovative. Your youth are industrious. Things are becoming difficult, but one way or the other, they are struggling to survive. Not because they are buying petroleum, air cost, two petrol, bibia muatu. Or kasa amount for intentionally, wamasha who bone say, or better, better nyomum. And your man, young fans only 20 million, ever found January. So far, 10 boxes were January, and then 20 million, and me for even 10 boxes. Intino, so what the 20 million I offer Nyoma 10 box. Now say price ne cost. Now say when Timian ton, now when yam for so I bet me offer 20 boxes. Now one am a DJ say or coffee. In my coffee and then 20 boxes. Now me ton no, me sika, me for 18 boxes. Now that is how I want to sell. Minia gifty. When I won't do sign up a DJ. One year, why you say me for 20 boxes, me obia calling him as I make offer 10 boxes the next time because your two price petrol more bibia more assistant price ni bibia koso. Woman a catcher say woman and men they have the men our di bebu mine, but men now want any. What you say? Enye ni mudwa ene edibu mine. Enye ni mudwa enye kasa bebre. Womu ba Mahomedu Baumia oma the late of financial emisata oma the questions 150 say on answer. But then at the end of the day, on only then say kasi a man questions, you be man be 3,000. Onti me answer ba kokra. What you say? Enye ni mudwa ene edibu mine. Mmre nipa bi onima de ye bia on kasa bebre. What you say? But womo kasae enande ebu abom. But and I'm saying so womo jitum no. Womo pese womo beji atum. Still they want to shift 1%. Womo di show bi, womo pe bibi dia share no. And pese womo beji womo fom so atum. And nipa so de wanje womo fom to antuma. Unko wedim. What you say? Yes, say wise man any obia or ye mistake or jenim full so to himself. My mistake me fa kwan we so e na man ko yi nti me pa mo cho mo fa me born in chemi na me fa kwan fufuro we so na me de ye be yi eno ne wise man enye wise man ni obia or ye mistake na at the end of the day obesa a shifty blames dia mo bi say eye we na aye eye we na mama ye say we na mama ye say. When you shift blames you don't find solution to your problems. So what the asudie ni mo obia because how they asudie na mo obi say na mo bi so nti na bibiesi no hu ekwan no enya kwan pa emfa so let womo hu kwan no womo ngi womo mfonso ntum se womo mambo bone ene emra bone a womo hyehyɛ ene adwem bone a womo ma Ghana ene de abedrum pepenso atisi womo fa nkɔhye obia no womo ngi womo fomso ntum no womo hu se Ghana enye womo nkwa na enya nsafo enye womo nkwa na enya nsafo ye wo professors wo ho womu nyina ye kasa ene womu nyina ye kasa Professor Adwuma Bedunum nyina ye kasa Say the mining kono enye, let them listen. But when you're ready so mbeti because on my imagine say woman kwani ye any nyansafo a ewo Ghana ombeti me bu mine. Enye woman kwani nyansafo e man wo mine mu. Enye woman kwani nyansafo. Ye wo anyansafo a wo ho a ombeti me bu mine. Remember woman nye imagine say NPP for kwani beti me bu mine. NPP can never ever be the only government ombeti me bu mine. Woman timi nyehwe. Wom de ye kwa amaniem, wom de ye kwa ohaw mu, wom de ye kwa atiti mu. Na nipa kakra bi I enjoy, but ema ema minia makata say wom nye ready so ombe accept because the ekos wo Ghana no. Aho kire ekos wo Ghana, enko ma NDC fo nko a. Ekoma NPP fo, ekoma omo ni NPP, ekoma omo ni NDC. What you say? But omo accept said the omo yen enye amamboy amambo bonny. What you say? IMF penny bako the last time or treaty or say the IMF stage na break Ghana still ya ho be chire esan say nipa binum wo aman mu a sika ne ba on be che sika no edi omo nya ready so om di sika ne be ye adwuma. What you say? Enye obi na ekumentwi wo mankasa na esa kuro no because womu ni adwene pa e makro no en womu ni adwen pa se womu be ye kro ni yi womu ba se womu be wieska en womu di akọ. What you say? Because womu ni so womu ko position a womu be che womu akasa na womu ni so womu ko position a womu be che pa entiska womu be di ache en womu wi ato because womu ni adwen pa maye en womu ni adwen pa ma womu akasa womu.
Tinka NDC ena wa be mu a den na wosusu say anka omo be ya ma ohawi etwecha.
Minia gifty. Hwe oman bia obo bosia bebre bia mi bisa say obo bosia bebre wo me ho a wo be ya akoa. What you say? Obo bosia bebre a wo ya akoa. E ma nipa na obo bosia free no ho. What you say? Obo bosia bebre ya akoa na we e na wo import bebre a ohu e na kirew. Ade ba ko a ye ba ye be say ye ne wo aban mu a enka agriculture ya ade bia ye be me ye ni abre wo so papa because agriculture de bibia ba say ye dua enioma no wo ye kruase a car transportation a de beba road a ye be ye a be transporting enioma what you say ni nyina no e be ma employment aba and ebe ma enuane si e produce enuane na wo ye kroma enya de a ye be import toothpick toilet roll tomatoes ye wo asase a Nyankopon de a che sorry o kata wani na to tomatoes egu wachi kura na ya be de ebe fifi sorry pam chomo fan cheme utu tomatoes kura na kata wani a ebe fifi what I say Nyankopon a che asase but enam say your mismanagement muntino ye ho chire ye amambo bone intino ye be concentrate more on agriculture ye be make sure say ye be dua na ya produce
Na say NDC na mo be mu this na tanya me nyina mo fa tutu akoyimu ansamoko.
O say
na mo so mo wa be mu nti this na tanya me nyina mo fa tutu akoyimu ansamoko.
Oh wuni aba yesterday yo yesterday nyoma na ye nwie ene ye fi aban mu ena ye fi aban mu no o ma be say bibia what you say nyoma na ya start a na ye but o mo ba no o ma be say bibia ena nya ade a ye refi because ade a eno na ye backbone as a country a ye betimi agina so e die enyi what you say nya ade a ye refi da nyoma ye sha ase ena ya na ye but ye nwie ene ye free aban mu eno ntra
Yo yate and the patcho o de Mmre ne ya so ti my closing submission ne purple.
okay me dia me pe me catch Ghana fo nyina se ya nya ya dwene se ye Ghana fo what you say na de enye no ye nka ade enye no na enye whether I NPP or whether I NDC say NPP ya ade na enye as oman no and say ye patriotic enough say the NPP and enye so ye me president to so ye hwan yo and say ye Ghana for first and san ye be join the political party and as a ho kire ba e ba ma Ghana for nyina e ba ma NDC for nko na e ba ma NPP for nko e be ma ye nyina it say the responsibility show on say minia gifty ade we wu na ese wo ye na se wanya ese utimi ebu akonta amaye what you say entimi omo ebu akonta they will always take us for granted ombe ride was ombe ye de omo pe just because ye de tumi ama omo ye de tumi ama o se be som ye ya mfa tumi ama o se be die so na ye de wo pe intino so omo ban ye de enya ese omo join ni enya ka chense akufo adwe e man ne de share on sase bunu umbu ni ye that is it but ya gina political line say because am ye NPP ni intino me defend the NPP akowom me defend the NDC akowom a e man no say ya e say ma ye nyina what you say yes say penny or tifie man kwalawe nanka no se e ka nanka hoifo a oka ho say ye hwe say just because me wo NPP intin NPP say o mine ba me can me defend no just because we are NPP near o mine say ye nyina na etimobi so ma me jare wo Ghana na so ko hospital ni anhwe na ye fe all this kabeba but ogu obesa kwa akoye na yi ebia na enso say time enso obewu but eye amambo bone ne ni o ma ni hontino ne ho be kire no ena oko hospital na onko yi NPP card obeyi ni Ghana card what you say into the so mine the aircon enya mama ye nyina ye nka se the aircon enye me NPP ni but me catch us say the aircon enye because at the end of the day ye nyina ye be who be defend no but onu be make ni sika ne ba yare a ode be ba bochiri abehwe no but wo ma me yare a huntimi fa dem ba what you say sa ho kire ba na so wo ma me ma wo ma me koto bibi petrol ontimi mfoka ono ye man free petrol because o wa ban mu menye wadwene say o ye NDC ni o ye Ghana for na o ye wa ho into Nokware no baby Nokware ne dan mum ye fanto ye de Nokware ne to a wo mu ebe straight ni because they ntimi nka Nokware nkyere wo mu ntino obi aye de opa bia president na kasa ye de opa na peni ye de opa wo mu di akyere nyina obi aso ye de opa sana kwa kwesi
yo yabeda si enu abema Emmanuel Ata enu abema Makata Pacho also over my own closing submission in the purple.
Oh, minia bajifa. Let me say minia Ata ne submission no waye ne nanumre. Eyi asem na no pepepe say NDC is not an alternative because nanka me hwe say a party a government in waiting there and a communicator answering such a question no would have given two sides of the issue. Okasa say as a NDC has never been in government before. Said you was kasa no. But if he cares to know, PNDC, NDC, Ghana in the history of Ghana, Ababianiwa was spending more time in governance and not in government as PNDC, NDC. 27 years. 27 years. It is a wababe tina bemu for 27 years. Ne afe na wababe kachre me say Moba ya Greek. Whilst under Fifi Kwete, no ye a Greek minister then. The agric sector was growing negative. Negative. Minia Arthur, if you don't know, go and read, go and find out. The agric sector under John Dramani Mahama, and a Fifi Kwete, and the agric minister, the agric sector was growing negative. A government also over agric sector now, under your tutelage, you were growing negative. And what as I say, NDC has never been in government before. Enti dia wakani nyina no, it tells me say no Ghanaian should even think of considering NDC as an alternative, because as an alternative government there, and Kayebusa sa question wenu, you are giving us what you have done, and based on that, what you think you can do next when the opportunity is given to you. But you could not mention one single thing. When you were in government, na impo wetimi a prophecy say ye ba we ana we and ye be. And it was evident. Ewo a year President Mahama ni speech Obama recently. All the things he spoke about niema as a country we know we are doing. He couldn't give any proper suggestion to solve the problems. NDC, they don't have any ideas as to how ombetimi dealing with the economic situation. Said the medical canon. NPP has what it takes to turn things around, and we will do. And you know, the attorney said, no NPP person is shying away from the fact that and yes, Bema in Sinsium and San Wade, Waham, Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado, Bema Boada, or ne a Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, any Abam Penifo. They are working 24/7 to make sure, say, structures are put in place, measures are put in place. A bit media, they are solving these problems. And let us not kid ourselves. Say, and niemana ecosystemiano, majority of the things self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. And I believe, say, that is where I was say abiding in 9 days. It's from within a year, business people, a year market places near the idea enko abiding in Nancy form. No more than running share to said ye be a bit me a no point. If that is not done, then escalation of a year food prices, commodity prices, no dear. I dare say a beko hard. But I believe, say, what is going on. That is why I'm on this pilot a year bar. She say it is working. And I believe, say, and there are other measures in some debate on a bit me aboa ama yet me dealing with the current situation. Until there is hope. MPP government provides Ghanaians with hope, and things will change. Things will get better. Before me
so me da se pa Mmre no aso enti Mmre na aso inde na yeda mu nyina ase samoje bre ehye yen eboa ye ema yen komotwetwe no emu eye de eham ai madam wasinsi de na meda Total Grace Wellness Center so as say omo etimi eso ya say editmedie no ebremu ema obi a etimi ehye fefefe me producer Mr. Set Adin so meda na say otimi eboa eso ya say ema yetimi editmedie no edebre ahefo nyina meda Mr. Michael MacArthur NPP communication team member so as say namada Mr. Emmanuel Arthur, and so as say also a NDC communication team member or Bremen, Germany. I omo enebe boy ama edijmedi no ebremu ema ubia etimi ehye. Me ametina adwom se chairman so meeting edi Antonia Jifa Ifa. And na yakinka ye nyina na yada ubia sidie yebe kramu na watch sende sign Asia Bim. Can who said the evening tribune so and also ewo ho na watching abe new standard ewo ho na watch be na wa akin kind amayin. Na watch sende ye be saying Asia Bim. Yakramo.
anymore.